10 unsuspected skin issues that reveals hidden financial stress and how to break free. Unlock the secret code, the secret messages, 10 unusual signs that predict financial windfalls or pitfalls. By God's grace, in today's video, I wish to share with you some cosmetic signs that actually predict and one way or the other shows that you are about to have some unusual financial woes or unusual financial gains. Not all about finance, that one way or the other, some actions or inactions you are about to take might affect you positively or negatively. You know, for the interest of breast sucking Christians, that is what I will call them, as well as those that are still drinking milk. God, by God's grace, God has given me enough bone to chew. That is why no matter what you comment, I will always have answer to you. For those that will soon tell me cosmetic sign is not on the Bible, or certain symbolic bodily signs that will show you that something is amiss is not in the Bible, remember that Acts chapter 2 verse 2 to 3 records that a sound like a mighty rushing wind and tongues of fire actually accompanied the presence of Holy Spirit when the apostles received the Holy Spirit and begin to speak in new tongues. Also, 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 11 to 13, Elijah experienced a gentle whisper. Also, Isaiah 6, verse 1 to 5, you notice that Isaiah vision of God also come with sensory details or inspirations. Is it Ezekiel 41, verse 1 to 3? You notice that Ezekiel prophetic calls also include vivid sensory experience. So, if only you follow me to the end of today's video, I'll be sharing with you that certain signs you will see, you will be able to decode that certain things are happening, because you need to understand one thing, that is only in this physical plane we talk about coincidence, but when it comes to spiritual, nothing like coincidence, and spiritual rules the physical. Know it and know it very well. We are all spiritual beings, and that is why at one point in time we always receive spiritual signals. But before then, please give this video a like so that YouTube algorithm will also shift it to other people that need it. As so may God bless you. Welcome back to Jenny Action TV. In this particular channel, I discuss three important variables which are actually health, safety, and spirituality. In this channel, we pray strategic prayers, we read the word of God in and out. We believe in balance. That is actually why we do spiritual work. So if this is the very first time you are finding yourself in this beautiful family, you are highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. So without wasting time, let's dive in. For those that are interested, share the pinned comment in order to find details about our 2025 crossover with confidence and authority, because 2025 is our year of uncommon favor and grace. So now these are the 10 cosmetic signs you must not ignore. Number one, twitching of your eye. My dear, whenever your eyes is twitching and it is the right eye, no cause for alarm. It simply means something good is about to happen. Something that people will come and watch. Maybe a young lady, you are about to get married. But the implication there is that because you know that there are monitoring spirit, evil powers that wouldn't want you to possess that thing, and that is why you are being a kind of sensitized from the spiritual world. You have to start doing spiritual recipe cleansing, and then to make sure that no force, no power, you have to continue praying until you see that thing happen. But when the left eye is switching, my dear, it's a problem. That is possible a kind of spiritual attack coming to you, anxiety and other emotions that is showing an impending danger. That is when you have to read Psalm 35, that God will fight all your enemies, fight for you. Psalm 91, that God will protect you, and Psalm 51, that God will have mercy, and then do back to sender spell immediately, because I believe in striking them before they struck you. If you don't know what else to do, my dear, write whosoever that is after my life, that want to cause anything that will bring tears in my life. inside a plain paper like this. After writing it, you tear it out and then divide it into two. You can divide it into four and write, because I tell you one thing, if you actually want your spiritual work to work perfectly, you have to connect the four elements. So for you to connect the element of fire, write it, pour 21 seed of alligator pepper, tie it together and declare that you are burning whatsoever that the enemy is cooking against you, because alligator pepper does not go on a shameful journey. And then the second one, you write it and then flush it into the toilet. You can actually get tissue paper and write it, declaring that this problem, any impending danger or tears the enemy is preparing, will never ever come to pass. And then you write the third one and then make a decree that nothing, no plan of the evil one will ever happen. And then fold it up with lime and bury it, declaring that you are sending back to the sender whatever the enemy is planning, as many that want to cause problem in your life, that as lime is sour in taste, that you are souring them and all their powers, and that so long as that person comes from the earth, that you are sending the whatever that is the enemy is planning back to the earth against you, you bury it. And then the last but not the least is the air element. After you have written it in piece of paper, recopy it in a kind of a bay leaf and burn it together. Let the smell circulate and declare that you are dispersing all the evil. By so doing, you connected perfectly all the four elements, and that evil will never happen. So that's, by the way. Number two is a scratching of your left palm and the right palm. That one is very obvious. Whenever your right palm is crashing you, my dear, that means money is coming. That does not guarantee that that money will land, because your emotions, your confessions, as well as your actions or inaction can still quench the money away. Imagine that you're having that scratching of the palm, that the money is coming and it starts crying. Once you scratch it, you have scratched away the money. That is the rule. There are secret laws and rules existing in this universe. Never scratch. Instead, be doing like this. Oh God, I thank you. I welcome the money. I am money magnet. Money comes to me on daily basis. Money is coming now. I welcome this money. And if you are in a place where you can quickly burn, get onion peel and burn it. They declare that you are welcoming this abundance. Our born rosemary pie, that this abundance is actually coming, and let the smell circulate in that your environment. It won't take time. You hear bagam bagam in your account, or you hear phone call that must connect you to money. But when your left palm is crashing you, my dear, you want to lose money. Don't allow the enemy to take away money from you. What you are going to do is very simple. Be very careful of any financial decision or action you are taking in that season. Shake yourself very well. If there is anybody suggesting any financial a kind of action or financial project for you to undertake, you may want to escape it. And secondly, if it persists when you have shake, there is no financial action, please always get either this block camphor, you cut out just small, it's almost 8 in number, then you can always cut it out. It has a kind of it is detached one after the other. Either you cut it out or you get this small camphor and always burn it for the next 3 days with 2 clove stick in your kitchen, using any source of light that is available to you, declaring that you will never lose money. And where you don't have that one, write on a bay leaf. Get a clean bay leaf without any form of perforation and write that I will never lose money. Instead, I'm attracting money. By God's grace, that energy of loss will disperse. Continue doing that until you are no longer feeling that scratching on your left palm, and never scratch it. Once you scratch it, you must lose that money, irrespective of whatever spiritual work you have done. Number 3 is unexplained mark or scars. When you wake up and suddenly you are seeing scars in your body. Do you know that some scars does not actually mean that witchcraft have actually a kind of attacked you, especially when you are, it's not paining you, but you see that scratch. It is a warning sign from the spiritual realm that spiritual battle is on the way, that somebody is planning evil against you, an attack is coming your way. And that is the reason why you have to embark on spiritual warfare, because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination, bringing that every high thing that raises itself against the knowledge of God. That is why you will embark on warfare prayer even 7 days without anybody telling you. You can start fasting and prayer, reading Psalm 35 every day, morning and night, reading Psalm 35 inside your water before going to bed it, and then engage in clove bath with salt, in the sense that you soak 16 pieces of clove for 48 hours, add salt to it and use it to have a cleansing bath. As you are removing, you soak again, meaning on the third day for 3 times. You soak 2 days, bath the third day, soak 2 days again, bath the third day. By so doing, you will never be a victim of such demonic attack. So that is what it means. So number 4 is synchronicity. Whenever you are seeing some organized repeated numbers, 111, 222, 333 together, every time, if you don't see it in your dream, as you are waking up, when you are looking at the clock, it's exactly when the clock is saying 22 minutes after 2. And then next time you reach to the office, the next thing when your eyes will see the clock is when it is 22 minutes after 2. You decide to watch Jenny Action TV. It is when the view is 222 that you now come online and watch. When you are seeing this repeated number everywhere, it is also a deep spiritual insight and meaning that something is not right or something is right, depending on the meaning of that number. And it may also mean spiritual alignment, that things are piling up for you in the positive direction. Because the Bible said in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For God knows the thought he thinks towards it, actually thought of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." It might be telling you that the move you are making, which you are doubting yourself whether it is right, is actually the right one. But for you to know better, get my video about repeated numbers. If I remember, I'll pin it in this video. And if you want me to do more content on that, comment down below. So in no distant time, I'll bring it to you by God's grace. And then what is your responsibility in this? Also, you have to reflect on your life purpose and also seek guidance from people that have spiritual insight to know why that is appearing. All right, so number 5 is what I'll call environmental signs. Whenever you are noticing noise or unusual movement around you, when you know that you are not with anybody, there is no reason for that noise. Everybody everywhere supposed to be quiet. That may be an indication of spiritual presence or warning. Like me, I usually have it whenever I'm doing my midnight prayer, because by God's grace, not by power, not by might, I try to pray 3 good hours every night. But that is where I get all my inspiration, strength, ability, and be able to quench all the fiery darts of the enemy. Because every now and then they are throwing left, right, center, both online and offline. But Gidiba, God is helping me. Nobody will ever pull me down. So now, the thing is this. Whenever I'm praying this midnight and somehow it's seen that I want to doze off because I'm a human being, I will hear sharp sign in one of the maybe things I drop, maybe tin of the provision, a kind of container or whatever. That is my spiritual guide, always around to keep me alert. Likewise, when you know that everywhere is quiet and suddenly you are hearing a kind of a noise that you are not supposed to hear, unpalatable noise, know that it's a possible presence of spiritual entity that might either be warning you or might guiding you. Because whenever it's happening when I'm praying, I know that it's guiding me to pray on. I should not be weak or sleep off. But this one may be that you're not even doing anything and it's happening. Look around and know what is happening. Some people have died carelessly because they are not paying attention to spiritual signals. Do you know that snake might be coming to bite? And then when you now look around because of that unusual noise, because your spiritual guide is around, we are being followed by forces. The forces that is following you that don't want you to get hurt has seen it, but it has no power to stop it physically. It's you that have the power. That is why when you are being attacked spiritually, it's you that have the power to fight your battle. If you say you will not fight, you relax. That heaven is fighting it. God is just fighting it. God cannot do it with your cooperation. When God wanted to deliver the children of Israel, he asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? Whatever you have is an energy. That is what God will use. And that is why I can't hesitate to go and prepare my pepe, 21 pieces of office pin, to deal with and send evil arrows back to the sender. Or use onions to make a decree that anyone that tramples or tries evil against me will cry, just as I'm cutting onions and the tears is coming. So God will now back it up and do it for you. So what am I saying? Whenever you notice that unusual sign, please look around, check around. It might even be your child that is in danger. You are inside the room, the child is in parlor trying to hurt him or herself, and your spiritual guide is trying to warn you that something is not right. Rush and find out. So that is number 5. Number 6 is this: rainbow or unusual light. Whenever you notice rainbow or unusual light, that is a kind of hope, promise from your spiritual guide that all is going to be well, all is fine. You know that it's a sign of covenant that rainbow appeared when Noah was able to escape the destruction that is coming up from the earth, and after staying in the ark, and then they come out from the ark, there was a rainbow showing that God will never ever destroy the earth again with water. So what am I telling you? It's a promise that there is hope. It's also a sign of spiritual awakening. Something happened in this particular channel. One of the a kind of royal subscribers actually come for personal consultation, and she have problem that is very deep troubling her, in the sense that all the children, none of them have actually gotten married, and it's worried to her. And then after praying for her and giving her some spiritual direction, she told me from that day, almost every day, she will see rainbow. That is a sign that there is hope. She should relax, that God is on top of the situation and God will do it. So what am I telling you? When you are seeing rainbow and maybe you are troubled over something, you are worried over a situation and you see rainbow, that is a sign that there is hope. That's a sign that there is light at the end of the tunnel, or sudden flash of light. So relax, stop bothering yourself, and know that God is able to do whatever you are. Just relax, and it won't take time. You will see God in action. Again, when certain unusual animal crosses your path or comes to your house, it may carry some spiritual symbolic messages. For example, butterflies. I made video in this channel. Certain insects you should never kill. Certain insects are actually carrying spiritual message. For instance, before I established Awaken My Spirituality Global Academy that week, every day black butterfly is following me up and down. If not that I'm a spiritual person, I will say, why will he be black? I will just kill it suddenly. And then once I'm coming inside the house, see this black butterfly accompanying me, especially in the night, and coming is following me up, I know that there was a message. I started shaking inward. I started shaking. What is it that God is trying to tell me? Just like a flash, fiam, the vision of Awaken My Spirituality Global Academy landed. The name of the academy landed. Everything about it, the curriculum started landing. Immediately I sat down, picked my book, and started documenting, just as the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, about all the ministration I'm having, about God started telling me why a Christian should do spiritual work, how Jesus himself, after he came to this earth, he took the 3 of disciples, James, Peter, and John, to the mountain of transfiguration. And at that mountain of transfiguration, they have an encounter whereby Moses and Elijah appeared, and Elijah represent prophet, and then Moses represent the law and also the prophet that had died. Elijah represent the prophet that are living. And you know that Moses' embodiment of work is filled with spiritual works and direction, and Elijah gives prophetic direction also. And now God concluded by telling me it's a sign that in the present church, which was a kind of a missing link, that spiritual work must be part and parcel of it, because spiritual work just say do this direction and the other, just like Elijah, and things will happen. And then one way or the other, that even though that Christ is living, that Christ has died, that the death of Christ and his resurrection should not debar us from doing spiritual work. And that was why before Jesus will come down from that mountain, the disciples suggested, let us build 3 tabernacles: tabernacle of Elijah, Moses, and Jesus Christ. So what am I telling you? Just like a flash, when I got the message and then cooled down and started writing, that butterfly never appeared again. Another one, whenever I see white butterfly, know that there is something that I want to do, I am doing, that God is not in support. I will start looking inwards to find out. There was a time I was having serious visitation of white butterfly. Anywhere I go, this white butterfly was following me up. Do you know what it is? There is a spiritual person, one word or the other, because there is a way they link up. That I link up with, that was giving me one suggestion or the other. Immediately I said, I'm not doing this suggestion. Whatever God did not teach me, nobody should teach me. Do you know that from that day, that white butterfly disappeared? That is why I can't possibly make any belated move or mistake anyhow as a spiritual person called by God, because any mistake I want to make, God will show me. Another one is, I know that what happens. I'm telling you so that when you're a spiritual person, decode how God tells you something. Whenever I'm seeing cobweb everywhere, it's not every time you see cobweb that it means hindrances. So it might be spiritual message. The height of it was where I park even spiritual material. Cobweb was there. Anywhere I go, any nook and cranny, honest, unsuspected place, even inside my shoe, for me to wear, there's cobweb. And I now started seeking inside what was the message. Immediately I got the message, and do it. That cobweb disappeared. So what am I telling you? When you are seeing certain animal, find out the particular animal, the particular insects that God likes to communicate with you. Especially if you're a spiritual person. Even if you are not, every one of us have animals that one way or the other we are tied to, whether you like it or not, and then decode the information. And when you decode it, you will make less mistakes in your life. The interest of those that will soon ask me, where is it written in the Bible for baby Christians? Because that's what I'll call you. I'll call them. If they're not baby Christians, they should also understand that in John 21:25, the Bible records that if everything Jesus has done is written in the Bible, the whole world and the whole book in the world will not contain it. Nevertheless, let's see where it is written. Job chapter 12, verse 7 to 8, and it says, Job chapter 12, verse 7 to 9. But ask now the beast, they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. And the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? Have you seen that? Like I used to tell you, everything is energy, everything is vibration, everything is a being they can communicate. Bible is saying here that we should ask the beast, the animals. They will always tell us, teach us. The fowls of the air, all those kind of fowls that and any other thing that flies in the air, that they shall tell us. He says, speak to the earth. You can communicate with the land. You can tell the land what you want. Anybody that mess us swallow, oh land, vomit my treasures and give it to me, you will see it happen. And the fishes of the sea say, who knoweth that in all these things the hand of the Lord has wrought this? So have you seen that God can actually communicate with animals and insects, and then one way or the other, and then use them to tell you impending danger or direct your life? Also see Job 33 verse 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when this sleep falleth unto men in slumbering upon the bed. Then 16 said, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instructions. You see that also vivid dream is another deep science that God can actually speak with you, or the universe, your guardian angels can actually communicate with you, in the sense that when you are sleeping, you're very deep in sleep, God will see your understanding with a particular instruction. So mind whatever you dream and don't joke with your dream. Always write your dream. Dream is very, very important. If you are sorry that forget your dream, get my videos about dreams so that you will watch and be able to always remember your dream, because it's very, very important, because your dream can actually contain warning or direction for you. Another way is what I call unexplained smell. I made video recently that there are certain smell that indicate demonic presence. Likewise, there are certain smell like good smells also indicate angelic presence. And most of these smells are also containing in it divine warning or guidance. So, like if you look at 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 15, talk about the aroma of Christ, to tell you that there is also aroma that Christ himself carried. There is aura, there is a kind of scent that comes from Christ. So whenever you are perceiving some awful scent, then it's demonic presence. You need to do cleansing in your house, cleansing on yourself, because it's very, very important, and you need to pray for discernment and protection so that you will never fall a victim. Again, The last but not the least is what I call tinkling of your ears. If your ear is tinkling, if it is the left ear that is tinkling, you are about to hear bad news. If it is the right ear, you are about to hear good news. So whenever you hear such, please do quick and pray against every bad news. Declare that every telephone caller will convey good news, will convey favor, will convey breakthrough. You refuse to hear any bad news. If it is good news that your right ear is tingling, begin to pray and say, God, I welcome that good news. Let that good news manifest in the name of Jesus. And by God's grace, the good news will manifest. So what are you doing for? Go and begin to be sensitive to spiritual signals to avoid making mistake. And believe me, you will always be on the right path and will never make any belated move. So, if you have not subscribed to be part of this family, what are you waiting for? Kindly smash that red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. Comment on this video, share it widely to everyone. It might actually be helping a lot of people. As you do so, may God bless you. So with this, I say enjoy your day. Bye-bye.